Hello, everyone. I'm back again, finally. It feels like it's been forever. It's because I've been incredibly busy these past two or 3 weeks, something like that. So, I do apologize for my voice. I'm just now on the better side of a really bad cold. Makes sense, though. I mean, new country, new strands of viruses, so I think I just caught, a strand of the cold that my body's just not used to. So, but I am feeling better. I just have a few of the symptoms to get rid of, so no worries. But anyway, I would like to start off I left off with I was just about to leave for Japan, but now I have been through training. I've been through everything. I've been through my first week of work and all that, so I'm just going to go through that very quickly. I'm not going to give away too much that I know Amity probably doesn't really want me to give away. So I'm going to go through very briefly, but training was very, very what's the term? Very informative. They really pushed us hard. They weren't just being mean by like, we're gonna give you as much work as we possibly can. It was more, your schedule's gonna be hectic and you're probably not used to that, so we're gonna get you prepared for it, kind of busy. So they kept you busy, but it really is getting you used to what your schedule will really be like. So I really do kind of appreciate it that they did that. I might not have at the time, but I do now. I do appreciate that they did that for us. So that really helped us later on. I actually met two of the other NETs, native English teacher. I met two of the other NETs in the airport on just before we were going to get on the plane to Japan. They were very nice. It was Evan and Molly that I met. The other two, Crescenda and Celeste, were on a different plane, but I met them later. But Molly and Evan, they were very nice. They were just as nervous as I was, so I knew I wasn't the only one that was nice. So we all landed in Osaka, which is a very, very, very big city. We didn't really get to explore that at all because we pretty much landed in the airport. Met two of the trainers, Branda and Stephanie, and we also met, Shiho, one of the recruiters, who everyone was very nice. They were very welcoming. It was very, very nice. We sent our luggage, like I had 3 pieces of luggage in a tote. I sent 2 of the bigger pieces of luggage to my school so that I wouldn't have to deal with them during training. I just had my one bag that had 2 or 3 suits for training and then like a couple other things that I would need. And then my tote, which had like all my entertainment stuff on it for mostly for the plane. But yeah, so that was nice sending it off to the school so I wouldn't have to deal with it later on. That was really nice. Then we finally met Crescenda and Celeste when they got off about an hour later. And then we went straight from the airport to a train station. So like I said, we didn't really go out into Osaka at all. We just went straight from the airport to the train station. We hopped onto a train. Amity paid for the tickets. That was very, very nice of them. Hopped onto a train to Okayama. Actually, it was 2 trains to Okayama. One of them may have been a Shinkansen. I don't quite remember. The Shinkansen is the bullet train, but I think we just took one of the local trains. So, and it didn't take very long. It took maybe an hour and a half, maybe. That might be pushing it. So, but we got to see a lot. It was like a lot of countryside, and I took a couple pictures. They're up on my Facebook, so if anybody would like to go look, have fun with that. So, and they're all labeled and everything. So, okay, what was next? Oh, they took us straight from the train station to the annex, which is like a dorm kind of a thing that they had set up for us. 2 of us stayed in that annex. The other 3 stayed in a hotel. Their hotel was pretty nice. I liked it. The annex was nice too. There were 2 beds and there was a shower and, everything that we would need. So what's funny is that we didn't really get to experience the traditional Japanese shower because the shower faucet head thingy was like up above. So we just sort of made do and did like, American showers. So mostly because we just really weren't ready to transition into that yet. So, but it was interesting. They had like a washer and dryer there, which was very convenient. So anyway, but we were suffering from jet lag so bad because we ended up getting to the annex at about maybe 7 p.m. But my internal clock told me it was 6 a.m. because of the time difference. So I was exhausted. We were all just exhausted. So we were all starving, but we were more tired than we were hungry. So none of us ate. We just went straight to bed. The only problem with that was that we ended up getting up at 4 a.m. And that might seem kind of cool because then you have all day to explore, which, that's what we were thinking too, is that it would be a lot of fun to just, explore all day. But I gotta say, the day travels by so slowly when you get up at 4 a.m. I mean, it was, 8 hours later, and it was only noon, so it was different. So honestly, after a while, it became 4 p.m. and we've been up for 12 hours. We're like, isn't the day over yet? So there were ups and downs to it. It was really nice. We got to see, a lot of different times of Japan, but, so the first day it was just Molly and I. Crescenda and Celeste did their own thing, and then Evan did his own thing. But Molly and I stayed together for Monday. We traveled all around Okayama. That was really cool. One thing I would like to say is that it is theoretically impossible to dehydrate in Japan because they have vending machines every 2 blocks, and that is no joke. That's not an exaggeration in any way, shape, or form. We see them everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere, which is awesome. They have not food. It was just drinks. So they had water and Coke and Sprite and all kinds of Japanese drinks as well. I tried a cherry, I forget what they called it, but it was like a cherry flavored drink, and it was really, really good. It was really nice. I actually took a video of my using a vending machine. I thought that would be a lot of fun, so here it is.
This is my attempt to get a drink out of one of the million vending machines they have every 2 feet here in Japan. This is epic for me. Cherry refresh.
Riveting stuff, huh? I don't know if you noticed, but above the vending machine there was a picture of Tommy Lee Jones, which I thought was so funny because I remember, I think I was watching Daniel Tosh one time and I saw Tommy Lee Jones singing with a bunch of other Japanese singers. And so from what I understand, he's not a huge celebrity, but he's known for some commercials apparently in Japan. So I'm assuming he's fluent in Japanese. I just thought it was funny seeing a big picture of Tommy Lee Jones on top of a Japanese vending machine. That just cracked me up. That's why we chose that one to take a video of. So, but yeah, that was cool. So, like I said, that first day it was just Molly and I. We met up with Celeste and Crescenda that night, and I think that was the first night that we went to Puni, which was this Hawaiian pancake place that was just so good. We ended up going there 3 or 4 times a night, or 3 or 4 times during that week of training. It was just so good, and it was really affordable. I mean, I ended up having, what did I have, mango pancakes one night, caramel, banana one night, and strawberry the last night. Strawberry was my favorite. It was really good. And of course, the owner, he was probably one of the most attractive Japanese guys I've seen so far. I took a picture with him. So look on my Facebook and he'll be there. He's actually that picture is my profile picture now. So look for that. So then the next day, the 4 of us, Molly, Crescenda, Celeste, and I, we all decided that we wanted to go traveling around together because Celeste and Crescenda went to, they had gotten on the train and they had gone somewhere else. Kurashiki, I believe is what it was called. Yes, Kurashiki. And it was this really cute traditional town, and, we saw pictures on Facebook, and we were like, we want to go. So they were like, yeah, okay, we'll take you tomorrow. So then the next day, which I believe was Monday, all 4 of us went to, because Evan was still doing his own thing, but the 4 of us went to Okayama Castle, which is also called Crow Castle, because apparently it's the only castle that's all black. It was black and gold. It was really cool looking. Again, pictures on my Facebook. I'll put like 1 or 2 of each of these things I'm mentioning on the blog as well. But definitely there's a bunch more pictures on my Facebook, so take a look at that. But no, Crow Castle was amazing. Apparently, though, I didn't know this until that Monday, because Crescenda had lived in Japan for 2 years before she was with the JET program. So we were asking her 1,000,001 questions, and she spoke Japanese pretty well. Like she said that she called it tourist Japanese, but no, she helped us out a lot with ordering and a bunch of other stuff. So that was cool. But apparently, she was saying that most of the castles were actually destroyed in the war, so most of the castles are rebuilt to look like the old castles, and pretty much most of them are museums now. None of them, nobody actually lives in them or anything. And I think there's only one that's still the original, but I don't remember where that is. So we went inside the castle, we went in the museum, and it was actually really cool. We couldn't take a lot of pictures of the artifacts. There were a couple things that we could take pictures of, and I did. Then right outside of the castle was Korakuen Botanical Gardens, which were absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it was this huge area of just this beautiful park, and it truly was just amazing. It was beautiful, it was peaceful, it was just absolutely gorgeous. Again, pictures on Facebook, I'll put some on the blog. But yeah, no, it was really cool. Then in the garden, there was also this really big lake, like a really good sized lake, and we looked in and we saw maybe 2 or 3 like giant koi fish, and we were like, oh, they're so pretty. But why are there so few? Like, we figured, with a lake that big, there'd be more, but then we figured, maybe they're in the center of the lake. So we went walking around some more, and there was this one area where there was just a mob of just these giant koi fish. I mean, they were just all huddled in this one area because this woman had bread, and so she was just tossing them out, and the koi fish were just going nuts over it. So, yeah, and then there was, the woman was really, really nice. She actually, I think she got tired of feeding them, so she gave us the rest of her bread. But she was really sweet in giving us the bread and all that. So we got to feed some of the koi fish. But you can see the aggressiveness of koi fish now. So
my friends called me.
Hey guys, look, there's a turtle right there trying to fight his way to the food. Let's see if he can make it.
They called him on his cell phone.
Oh.
His shell phone.
Oh.
Look at this guy. He's got an orange underbelly and he's black on top.
That's smarter. Like, I bet you he's harder to see.
There we go. Yay, he made it.
Not that I think there's anything big enough to eat them.
I don't know how much you guys can see, guys, but there's a turtle coming up out of the koi. It's so cute. Oh, he's fighting for food. Fight, little one, fight.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a big black one there.
Oh,
Go, little turtle, go. Go, little turtle, go.
I think he's gonna get eaten. I know he won't. He's too big, but...
Look at our little turtle friend.
Listen to their mouths. You can hear them.
Yeah.
He doesn't have very good aim.
Yeah. You have to almost put it in their mouth.
I wonder if I can trick them, pretend that I have food.
I don't think you'd want to.
Pretty crazy, right? I know. I didn't think koi fish were that nuts about bread, but it was really funny. Yeah, dude, those koi fish were intense. They were pretty cool. Molly actually pet some. She actually went down and was actually petting some of the fish. So that was interesting. And so then after Korakuen, Molly actually had a headache, so she went back to the annex, unfortunately. But Celeste, Crescenda, and I, we all got on the train and went to Kurashiki, which was this really, really cute, quaint town. I mean, it was very traditional style. It really wasn't very modern. There were a lot of restaurants, and what I thought was the best part of this town was that there was this giant shrine. I mean, it was this massive shrine that was there. And it was kind of like this spiritual, mysterious, eerie kind of feel to it, because you had to go through all of these, you had to go on this pathway that, like, on one side it was just all grave sites, and some of them, I'm assuming the families moved away, decades ago. Some of them had like all these ingrown vines and everything, so it was really eerie but very spiritual and calming at the same time. So it was really cool looking. Again, pictures on Facebook. I'll put some up on the blog. And yeah, so that was really cool. So then we finally got to the shrine. We had to go up and up and up and up and up all these stairs, and finally we got to the shrine, and it was gorgeous. I mean, it was really beautiful, and there were a couple Buddhist shrines, and then there were also some Shinto shrines, which I don't know the full extent of it, but from what I understand, the Buddhist and Shinto religions have sort of meshed a little bit. So I think some people are still just Buddhist and some are just Shinto, but there are a lot of people apparently who take some of the Buddhist and some of the Shinto and just sort of mash it all together. So, but, don't quote me on that. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know the full extent of that. Don't, don't repeat what I'm saying as fact, So, I don't really know much about it yet. I'm hoping to look into it some more. So, but I went up to one of the Buddhist shrines and I made a wish. So here's that.
So this is me going to make a prayer to a shrine up here. I'm really excited. This is a 5 yen coin. Apparently it's considered very lucky, so I'm going to give this a shot here. Cool.
That was a lot of fun. It was really cool, and actually it came true. My wish came true. I wished that my time here in Japan would be amazing, and so far, yeah, it's come true. My time here has been absolutely amazing. So I hope that keeps up. So we walked all around the shrine. We couldn't go into the Shinto shrine because that one was like, really sacred. So we could go. Well, plus the Shinto shrine is like an actual house. Most of the Buddhist shrines, you just sort of go up to make a prayer and like that was it. But the actual Shinto shrine was like a shrine house. Like, it was an actual couple of buildings that we couldn't go into, but they still looked really cool from the outside. So. And then there were some other Shinto shrines that we could go up to and make wishes and stuff. But those you have to actually write on a block of wood and make your wish and put it there. So again, pictures and explanations on Facebook. Take a look. Yeah. So then we finally went back to Okayama. I do, by the way, have a video. I took a video of the entire train ride back to Okayama, which honestly I'm really glad I did because it's a really cool video. It shows all kinds of Japan. It has countryside, rice fields, cities, train stations. I mean, you get to see a lot of the different kinds of scenery that you can find in Japan. I mean, it had all of it in that one 15-minute trip. I'm not going to put it in this one because it's just going to make this video forever long. So, but I will put it on the blog. I'll put it right underneath this one. So, take a look at that one if you really want to see, a lot more of Japan than you could probably see in most other places. So that was really cool. I'm really glad I did that. So, there's that. So. So then finally we get to training, and again it was kind of grueling. It felt like we were up till 2 a.m. lesson planning and stuff, but honestly I think it was mostly because we were doing it together, and so we were talking and laughing and having fun, but honestly that just made it all the better, so we may have been tired a lot of the time, but we had a lot of fun with it. So, and I was really worried honestly when I came over that it was going to be really competitive, that, don't look at my lesson plan. But no, we were all, what are you doing for this? Oh, I'm doing this. What are you doing for that? So we were all just sort of feeding off of each other, which was amazing, and it really just made it a lot more fun, a lot easier. It really just made it really enjoyable. Then finally, when training was over, we all had to go to our respective schools. Crescenda, Molly, and I all got on a Shinkansen, the bullet train, and we all went to Tokyo. And so that was about 5 hours for the bullet train. Again, Amity paid. Very, very, very sweet of them. Thank you. And then finally we all got off in Tokyo, where it was really more like we didn't go out into Tokyo because there was more of like a layover kind of a thing, because once we got into Tokyo, we had like 20 minutes to catch our next, train. So Crescenda took a subway because she's teaching in a city that's like right outside of Tokyo. And then Molly got onto one train. I saw her off, and then I got onto another train, another Shinkansen, to take me to Sendai. And that trip was about an hour and 45 minutes, but I kept myself busy, even though I was by myself. So at the station in Sendai, I met Rumi, who's my manager at the Sendai Amity, and Grace, who was my co-net. They were all, both of them were super, super nice. They were very, very welcoming. They acted as though they were very happy that I was here. And, it was a really nice experience, just being able to meet them and them taking me, back to Amity, where they got my bags from Amity and then took me up to my apartment, which my apartment is in the exact same building as Amity. Like, Amity's on the 2nd floor, I'm on the 6th floor, and Grace is on the 8th. So we're actually in the same building, which is really nice because that way, she's able to help me out with stuff whenever I need it. I was just lucky. I, drew the long straw, I suppose, and I got an actually a pretty good size apartment. It's a 1-bedroom, so like the 108 square feet that Aeon tells you you're gonna get. All, the 108 square feet includes living room, bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen. Like, all 4 are all in like the 108 square feet, which, is average in Japan, like I said. But I lucked out, and I actually got a really good size apartment. As you can see, it's actually pretty good size, especially for Japan. So I did take a video of it. So here's the tour of my apartment. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, so as mentioned, I will be giving you a quick tour of my apartment. This is the front walkway. As you can see, this is where you would take off your shoes and usually put on slippers, which is what I'm wearing, but you don't, sometimes you just don't have enough slippers for everybody, so they just go around in their bare feet, or sometimes people bring their own slippers, which is nice. I have my own pair in my bag, just in case. And these are my shoes that I have up here. They're technically supposed to go in there, but these doors don't really open all that well. I think it's just because I have to put them back on their tracks. But anyway, I am going off topic here. Notice how most of them you can just slip on and off really easily. That's very useful in Japan. Even my sneakers down here, they don't even have laces, so you literally are supposed to just slip them on and off, which is just very useful, seeing as you're always taking off your shoes in Japan. Even at work I have to take off my shoes. So this is like a storage closet with a little chameleon like magnet thingy. I don't really know what I'm supposed to use it for. I tried to hang a coat up on it and it didn't hold it up, so I'm using this decoration for now. So anyway, so there's that. Turn off that light and come in, walk in the front here, and you have the bathroom, shower, sink, washer area. So show you my little washer here, my clothes washer, and yay! I'm using it as like my laundry basket for now as well. It just makes it a lot easier. It's everything a lot easier. The buttons were a little confusing at first, but Rumi and Grace showed me how to use it, so pretty much just 1, 2, and done. So sink, vanity area, so pretty cool. In here is the toilet. It's not the traditional Japanese toilet, it's like a Western style toilet, so nothing really special in there. This, however, is my shower, and this actually looks pretty cool. There's the bath. As you can see, it's a lot shorter than the average American, bathtub, but it's a lot deeper. So I literally, like last night I took a bath and I was covered all the way up to like the top of my neck. So it's really nice actually, because you can take a really
But you also have to be careful because their water is very hot here, and I got really dizzy. So you have to be really careful with the temperature, especially if you can't handle hot water, which apparently I can't. So I have to be careful if I ever go to like a bathhouse or something. I have to go into one of the less intense ones. This is my water heater. If I want hot water anywhere in the house, I have to click that button. So yeah, it's actually probably a good money saver. I haven't gotten my water bill yet, but probably is. So this is where you would take a shower. Basically the way that showers go here is that you bathe, like you sit on this stool and then you use this and you bathe. Or you rather you wash yourself, you shower, shampoo, all that stuff, and then afterwards you get in the bath and you just soak. They don't use the bath to clean themselves, they just use it to soak after a shower. And if you're like in a family kind of thing, usually to conserve water, they will make the water as hot as possible. So like, you know, people, like the first person in would actually be like all red by the time they came out. I'll face it so you guys actually have something to look at. They would actually be like all red by the time they came out of the shower, and then the next person, so like the father would be the first one to go in, then the mother would shower, and then she'd get in the bath and then soak in the same water as the dad went in. Then the oldest child would come in and shower, get in the same water to soak, and so on and so forth. So if you have like a large family with like, you know, a bunch of sisters and brothers and whatnot, yeah, you'd kind of be, that would kind of suck, because you're probably it's gonna be like lukewarm or so. So yeah, so anyway, so that's my shower. Close that up and go back to the entrance here, and you walk into my living room. So my computer is there, it's plugged in at the moment, and let me turn on this light over here, make it a little easier. I shed some light here, not that much, but anyway, so this is my living room area. I got a TV there. I haven't quite figured out the whole trash recycle thing, because apparently the way it goes here is they can only recycle like plastic bottles, aluminum cans, and paper, and then as far as garbage goes, the green is burnable, the red is non-burnable, and non-burnable essentially are like plastic wrappers and whatnot. And like plastic wrappers, I think plastic bottles sometimes, or no plastic bottles, and yeah, pretty much just like plastic bags, plastic wrapping, stuff like that. And then in the burnables, it's everything else, everything that isn't recyclable. So food and, you know, cardboard and stuff like that goes in the burnable. So yeah, so I haven't quite figured out my system, what my system for that is going to be yet, but I'm working on it, so I'll probably have it down in a couple weeks, if not less. So yeah, so that's my living room. Travel on, let me turn off this light. Boop. Travel on into the kitchen, turn on the light, and voila. This is my kitchen. I just had lunch, so the pot is still in there for now. Yeah, so here's my rice cooker. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. My pantry shelf thingy here. My refrigerator is obviously smaller than the average American one, but for one person, it's you know, big enough, so plenty big enough. Pots and pans, you know, my shelf up here, and dishes and stove. My stove actually is kind of cool because it's an open flame oven, or a stove rather. So I'm planning on roasting marshmallows, so that'll be fun. Excuse me. All right. Turn off this light and move on into my bedroom. Yay! So this is my bedroom. I just got a new bed. Not this one, I just ordered it, so it should be coming in soon. It's an inflatable bed. But yeah, no, this comforter is really nice. It's really thick and warm. All the comforters here in Japan are like crazy thick, but makes it really, really warm. So that's Shigure, my stuffed dog that I sleep with every night. Don't judge me. And so yeah, so like this is like my catch-all thing right now. I'm still, like I said, still working out systems and all that. So full-length mirror that they got me. It's my closet where I'm hanging up my suits and whatnot for work, and all that stuff was in there when I came here. So not quite sure what all that's about. But anyway, so yeah, it's my bedroom. Turn off the light, and that's my couch, which is actually really cool because like if you bring it up, it'll lay itself like all the way down, so it'll become flat. And that way, if I ever want someone to stay over, they can take this, like it, since it lays down flat, it kind of becomes like a bed. So that's kind of nice. And so this little shelf thing here has sort of become another catch-all thing for books and electronic cords and stuff like that. So yeah. Excuse me again. Last thing I'd like to show you is my porch. So open that door, open this door, and take off my things here. There we go. Alright, and this is my city, Sendai, during the day. Very cool. Very nice view. So my clothes are actually hanging up because I just washed them. And I had some others, but they are already dry, so I took them down. Yeah, so my towels obviously are still drying, and most of my shirts as well. And yeah, so there's that. So I know that might have been a long tour of my apartment, but it is a full apartment. So anyway, so yeah, people don't have dryers in Japan. People always hang their clothes up, but I gotta say it makes my clothes actually smell kind of cool, because like they actually smell like fresh air now. So they actually smell really cool. So I'm actually kind of excited to wear them now. So anyway, so yep, put my slippers back on because it's actually kind of cold out today, which is actually surprising because from what I understood, Japan would be really hot in the summer, especially Sendai. People were always saying it's going to be really hot. So, but it's not. It's actually rather cold. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed.
Pretty nice, right? Yeah, I really, really like it so far. Like I said, I still haven't worked out some stuff yet, but you know, it's going to take a little time. You know, every time you go to even just a new city in America, you still have to figure out, you know, garbage and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. So I'm in a whole new country, which makes it, you know, a bigger change. So I'm just trying to get used to everything, and I'm sure I'll have everything worked out soon enough. So that'll be awesome. So I got here on Sunday, and then on Monday, Rumi, my manager, took me out to get a cell phone, which this is it right here. This is, I mean, these are pretty much what all of the cell phones here in Japan look like. Mine is red and black. I mean, you can get whatever color you want, but I got red and black, my favorite color, so that was really cool. And we also got internet from the same place. This is the portable Wi-Fi thing. It's really small. They gave me a little cover, so that was really nice of them. So it is red and black. I didn't request red and black. It just happened that way, so I was really lucky with that because I love red and black, so that was awesome. And yeah, so my first week of actually working started on Tuesday because my weekends are Sunday and Monday. So my first day of work started on Tuesday. So it was the very next day, so I didn't really get much of a reprieve, but that's fine. You know, I'm going to have to get used to a really tight schedule, so it's fine with me. And we, you know, I met Chris, who was the outgoing net that I'm replacing. He was a really nice guy. He was very supportive. You know, he was, you know, gung-ho about me being there. And, you know, he really taught me a lot. He gave me a lot of advice. He, you know, he was very open about talking to me about, you know, because like the first day I just observed him. The second day I taught one class. Third day I taught 2, and then 3, and then 4 on my 5th day. All the kids were so cute. They were so cute, especially the babies. Oh, I wanted to take them home. I did. I wanted to take them all home. They were just so adorable. Once my weekend came, I went out. Yesterday was when my cold was really, really bad. So I stayed in and got my room in order a little bit. And then that evening I started to feel a little bit better. So I went out, you know, and I actually walked around for about 2.5 or 3 hours, and I got to see a lot of Sendai, but at the same time, Sendai is so big, I also feel like I didn't really get to see all that much. So, but, you know, I'm actually planning on going out later tonight as well, just to look, you know, just to go out and, you know, just see the town. I haven't gotten on the train by myself yet. I figure I should get to know Sendai beforehand. Anyway, the last point that I would like to point out is that I have now experienced in the excuse me, I've been in Japan for 2 weeks now. I've been in Sendai for 1 week, and for the 1 week that I've been in Sendai for now, it's actually been like a week and a day, I think now, I have experienced 5 earthquakes. 5! 4 of them really weren't that bad. One of them, okay, it wasn't destructive or anything, but it was actually the first night that I was staying the night here, my very first night. It was strong enough to wake me up. Like, it actually woke me up. And, you know, my whole apartment was shaking. And for someone who's never experienced an earthquake before, it was like, you know, a little scary, but thrilling at the same time. Like, to me, it was just exciting, you know. It was just like, oh, my first earthquake. You know, like, I was, you know, scared for the first second, you know, because I was thinking, you know, should I be getting in a door jam? Should I be doing something? I don't know. But, yeah, it lasted. It was a pretty while. It was a pretty good while. It was like 45, maybe 60 seconds, but it doesn't sound that long. But for someone, you know, it's for your first earthquake, you know, it's a pretty long time. So, yeah. So, and then four after that, they were really small though. I mean, they was really more of like a earth vibration rather than like an earthquake. So, I actually didn't even realize they were earthquakes at first, and you know, until I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, there are earthquakes here. And so it's really funny, and I honestly believe that it waits until I'm eating, because like 3 of the 5 that I've experienced have been like, one of them was when I was sleeping, one of them was when I think I was just sort of sitting watching a movie or something, and then 3 of them have happened when I've been eating. Like, I literally, like, you know, fork halfway to my mouth, and I'm just like, whatever, I just keep eating, you know. So eventually I'll get to a point where it just doesn't even faze me anymore. But alright, well, that's all I have for now. I'm going to try to keep this short, even though I think I've already made it really long. So again, I will put up some pictures down below. I'll put up that video of the train ride, so please take a look at that. It's really cool. Even if you don't want to see the whole 13 minutes, you can probably see countryside, rice fields, and a city in probably the span of 5 minutes. So, but the whole video is actually pretty cool. So take a look at that if you'd like to. And I would very much like to post, I'm going to try to post a video for like maybe once a week for the first maybe month or so, because I'm probably going to be experiencing a lot of new stuff, and hopefully I'll have a lot more stuff to, you know, be telling you guys about and all that. But then probably after that, it's just going to be text posts, which maybe I'll do once or twice a week. Because after a while, everything is just sort of going to keep repeating itself over and over. So, but if I do anything really cool or crazy, I'll put up a video. So, look out for those. And like I said, I will try to post once a week. If not, you know, I'll try to get it up as soon as possible. So, but I'll put up some text posts if I don't do a video post. So, well, thank you for watching, and please feel free to comment, ask questions, and all that. Now, I've been here for a while. I think I can answer some questions. So please feel free to ask. And yeah, so I look forward to hearing back from you guys, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.